Here we're looking at a very simple one-point perspective drawing where we have a top view drawn here on our picture plane. As always, we have our horizon line drawn below our picture plane, and then our ground line and a front view of what we're meant to be drawing. This has got a roof which sits over here in the middle of this top view, and is a roof which is horizontal across like that. Okay, so we have a horizontal roof which has got a peak which we can see here in the front view. We have a doorway which you can see there's hidden detail, and the doorway here in the front view. And of course, if there's hidden detail shown in our top view, we know that this doorway is going to have to show some depth in our one-point perspective. To start us off, we have to have a front view drawn in full, which is going to be drawn perfectly in line with the top view. Normally this gets printed for you. Okay, and then we've been given our standing point over here, the SP, our standing point, and our first step is to go and find our vanishing point. So we take a line, we project the line straight up from our SP or standing point straight up onto our horizon line, and at that point over there we mark that and we call it our VP, which is our vanishing point, okay, which our drawing is going to vanish to for our one-point perspective. Then what we're going to do, once we've got our vanishing point, now we're going to go and start off by drawing our walls first. Okay, we can see that the whole front part of this drawing actually touches our picture plane, and we know anything that touches the picture plane we can draw in dark straight away. So I'm going to immediately draw in the parts of the walls which I can clearly see touch the picture plane, which is all of the front walls over here, as well as this top piece of our wall here, and then the whole of the front of the door. Of course, that also touches our picture plane, so I'm going to go and draw in the whole front of the doorway. Now, once we've done everything that touches the picture plane, we're then going to have a look at everything that moves off the picture plane. Now you'll see that I've left this block at the top here out from being drawn in dark, because that block there represents the top of my roof. Okay, and this line over here is that top line over there in my top view. So our roof is off the picture plane. It goes up at an angle to a point. Okay, so that's why I haven't drawn that in dark yet. Okay, so to start off with our walls, we can see that our walls start at this point and go through to that back point over there. So we're going to start off by taking the two lines on the right hand side over here through to our vanishing point with the construction line. Remember that all of our lines drawn through to our vanishing point are construction lines, nice light lines. And we're going to take the bottom of the wall as well as the top of the wall across to our vanishing point. And remember, this must go to our vanishing point, not to our standing point. Once we've drawn those lines up, we then want to know where these lines are supposed to end. Now these two lines over here represent the top and bottom line of our wall that we can see there in our top view. And we can see that they end at that point there. So our method is to take that point, line it up with our SP, and draw a line down till it hits our picture plane. That again is also a light line, construction line. Where that line hits the picture plane, not the horizon line, the picture plane, you project a point straight down till it meets up with those two lines that we drew up to our vanishing point. That line there now tells us where those lines are supposed to end. So we can go and we can draw those lines in dark, because we know that line there, which is the top line of our wall, is meant to end at that point according to this line brought down from there. And then the bottom part of our wall, which is in line with that, is meant to end there. And that of course allows us to draw in the back line of our wall as well. So this surface over here now gives us that wall over there that we can see in our top view. We don't need to go and project these 2 points here because those 2 points there are going to be hidden. They're going to sit behind this house, so there's no point in drawing those two to our vanishing point. The next thing to go and do is draw in our roof. Now our roof comes to a point over here. So we're going to first of all go and take the point that we've got here for the top of our roof, which is still in construction. We're going to project that to our vanishing point. Now that line over there is still represents this line here, but we want to know where the pointy top end of our roof is, which is that point there. So we're going to again take that point, line it up with our SP, not our vanishing point, with our SP, our standing point. We project it till it hits our picture plane, and then we go and project that point straight down onto our height line, which we projected through to our vanishing point. And that point there is now the top point of our roof, the tip of our roof over there. So we can straight away go and draw 2 lines going up to the tip of our roof. One over there, one over there. Okay, that you can see how that's meant to go up to a point. And now we want the top line of a roof over here. And this line here, of course, is represented by that line in our top view, so we need to know where it's going to end, which is at this point there. So again, we're going to take that point, we're going to line it up with our SP, with our standing point. We're going to project it till it hits into our picture plane. Where it hits our picture plane, we're going to project that straight down into our front view. Okay, and then we're going to project this point straight across, because remember, in a 1-point perspective drawing, any line which is horizontal, okay, is going to stay horizontal in the 1-point perspective. So this line's horizontal there, it will remain horizontal here. So we can simply take that line all the way to that point, and we know it's going to be a dark line because that's the top line of our roof. And then the last line for that roof to draw is going to be joining that roof, of course, to the point on the top of the wall over there. And that then completes our roof. Once your roof has then been completed, we can then have a look at the door. And remember, we said that with hidden detail drawn in here, it means that our door is going to show some depth. Okay, that we can see that the door actually goes into the house. So we're going to again have a look at which lines we're going to take to our vanishing point. We are actually going to only take the 2 corners of the door to our vanishing point. Well, no, actually, we're only going to take 1 corner, because if we had to project that corner to our vanishing point, any detail there would be hidden behind the walls. Same with that corner and that one there. So the only one we need is that one going to our vanishing point. And that line drawn in there is now represented by this line in our top view. We're going to take that corner over there, because that's where the line's supposed to end again. We're going to project that again to our SP, to our standing point, until it hits our picture plane. It's very close to one of our other lines. And then we're going to project that line straight down. Now that shows us where this line over here, which we projected to our vanishing point, is supposed to end. And that indicates how deep the wall is how deep the door is supposed to go. And then we can draw in a line which goes up until it touches the edge of the door, which indicates the inside of the wall. Okay, and that then completes our depth to show that that door actually goes into our building. Okay, and that thickness there is normally the thickness of the wall of whatever building you're drawing. And that then completes that 1-point perspective.